I said I'm a conversationalist. But what people are upset about is that for some reason people come to me and I don't look at them with judgy eyes. I have no predetermined notion or preconceived notions, and they open up to me.
Right.
That's what they're upset about. Because if you look at a lot of these people that's been on other podcasts, they don't do the views that they do when they come on Club Shay Shay.
Correct.
They can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything.
Right.
He said they're gonna come and they're gonna say a lot of different things, and they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not gonna come.
Guys, you won't believe what's been going on in the world of celebs lately. Remember that super viral Shannon Sharpe interview that featured legendary whistleblower Cat Williams? Well, as it turns out, the celebs that got name dropped in said interview are not having it and are coming straight to the source, Shannon himself. Cat Williams, who obviously only wishes him the best, has even sent a warning out to his friend that it may be time to get on the down low for a while, at least until things clear up a bit. Apparently, that target on his back has gotten so big that A-listers like Oprah, Tyler Perry, Diddy, and even Pastor T.D. Jakes are coming for him. Now, if you're not familiar with him, he's been hosting his own show, Club Shay Shay, for quite some time now. And it's not just any show. Sharpe has made a name for himself by revealing the secrets of many celebrities. It's almost like he's become the unofficial whistleblower of the entertainment industry. But recently, things have taken a turn. Sharpe's show has been thrust into the limelight more than ever before, and his shows have become a hot topic, a must-watch event. Viewers are tuning in, eager to see who's going to be exposed next. The anticipation is palpable, but here's where things get even more interesting. This newfound attention isn't all positive. With every secret revealed, every celebrity exposed, Sharpe is ruffling more and more feathers. It's like he's walking a tightrope, and one misstep could lead to a fall. So, while we're all enjoying the drama and revelations, it's important to remember that there are real stakes involved. This isn't just entertainment, it's people's lives and reputations on the line. As Cat Williams' warning suggests, Sharpe's actions might have consequences. Only time will tell how this all plays out. Let's take a moment to consider the many major players in the music and entertainment industry who have found themselves in Shannon Sharpe's crosshairs. His truth-exposing shows have not spared anyone, revealing hidden secrets and shattering carefully crafted public images. The fallout has been massive. Those who have had their truths exposed are now living with the aftermath. Tarnished reputations, damaged careers, and public backlash. It's like they've been caught in a storm with no shelter in sight. And then there are those who are yet to be exposed, but are guilty. They're living in constant fear, wondering if they'll be the next ones to be put on blast by Sharpe.
But Kim, I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along with that.
This fear and annoyance have reached a boiling point. These celebrities, feeling cornered and desperate, have started rallying against Sharpe. Their goal? To get him canceled. They want to silence him, to stop him from revealing any more of their secrets. It's a classic case of shooting the messenger. Instead of owning up to their actions, these individuals are trying to bring down the person who's exposing them. But as we all know, canceling someone is easier said than done, especially when that person is as tenacious and fearless as Shannon Sharpe. And it's gotten so bad that Sharpe himself did an interview where he talked about how they are trying to get him canceled. Now, when I say he went off on all the celebrities trying to cancel his show, I mean he really let loose. It was like watching a dam burst. Years of frustration and anger just came pouring out. He didn't mince words or hold back punches. He called out everyone who's been threatening him and attempting to pull the plug on his show.
I said, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I always ask the guests that. Sometimes they say, well, I would appreciate if we not talk about this.
Right.
Cool, no problem. Because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But yes, I believe a person that's been in a business, that's been doing something 10, 15, 20, 30 years are more than one salacious story.
Right.
That's what I believe. So if they say they want to stay away from it, but if they want to tell something, who am I to say, no, I don't know, you can't tell that.
Right.
They can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything.
Right.
He said they're gonna come and they're gonna say a lot of different things, and they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not gonna come now. That's absolutely has happened. They were so excited. Thanks for reaching out. We can't wait to sit down. A day later, they can't do it, and then no call. They won't follow. so forth and so on.
But what's even more shocking is the sudden change of heart from some celebrities. Remember those big names who were once eager to be guests on his show? Well, they're suddenly canceling their appearances without giving any reason. It's as if they flipped a switch and turned their backs on him. The same people who once praised his candid approach are now seemingly part of the mob trying to silence him.
But Kim, I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. Some of the comedians had taken shots at other comedians, but nothing like this. I didn't expect the vitriol to come, especially from some of the people, and I'm not gonna say we were friends, but I'm saying we were cordial, we were friendly towards each other. Some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack, oh, I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that.
Now, we all know that the entertainment industry can be a toxic place, but what's happening to Shannon is beyond the usual cutthroat competition. These folks aren't just playing dirty, they're going for the jugular. Whispers have started circulating that Shannon's life might be in danger. That's right, it's not just his career that's under threat, but his personal safety too. What makes all of this even scarier is the fact that Cat Williams saw all of this coming. Just a few months ago, he predicted that Shannon would be facing some serious backlash. And boy, was he right. Ever since Cat's interview on Shannon's podcast, Club Shay Shay, things have been going off the charts. But as they say, with great success comes great envy, and there are people in the industry who are not too thrilled about Shannon's meteoric rise. In a recent interview, Shannon didn't hold back. He called out all the celebrities trying to cancel his show and bring him down. They've even gone as far as threatening him, and those who were once happy to be guests on his show, they've suddenly backed out without giving any reason. It's clear that the toxicity in the industry is reaching new heights, especially when it comes to Shannon. In another recent interview, this time with Cam Newton, Shannon opened up about the disturbing experiences he's had since going viral after the Cat Williams interview. He explained why celebrities feel comfortable enough to spill their secrets on his podcast. According to Shannon, before every interview, he asks his guests if there are any topics they'd rather avoid when they start recording. His aim is to allow them to present themselves from their own perspective, to show the world who they truly are. But despite his considerate approach, it seems like Shannon has become a target for those who would rather keep their secrets hidden. What's worrying is that this guy isn't just an average YouTuber. Nope, he has been a huge name in the world of sports and now in podcasts. So it's scary that the moguls of the industry don't care before any of it. In a recent conversation, he clarified that he doesn't consider himself a journalist and has never claimed to be one. For those who may not know, Shannon's accomplishments didn't stop there. After retiring from football, Shannon became a commentator for CBS Sports pregame show, the NFL Today. He also contributed to the Sprint halftime report and the Subway postgame show. Then, in 2013, he took on the role of columnist and spokesperson for Fitness RX for Men magazine, even gracing its cover that same year. In 2016, Shannon joined Skip Bayless on FS1's sports debate show, Skip and Shannon, Undisputed. So, when he decided to venture into podcasting, it wasn't just a whim or a trend he was following. He had a solid resume in the industry and a wealth of experience to bring to the table. Apart from Club Shay Shay, Shannon also co-hosts another podcast called Nightcap with retired NFL player Chad Ochocinco Johnson and retired basketball player Gilbert Arenas. But it's Club Shay Shay that has gained immense popularity thanks to some viral interviews with celebrities like Cat Williams and Steve Harvey. In fact, his episode with Bubba Wallace was selected by the Apple Podcasts editorial team for their Best of 2021 list. That's no small feat. Shannon started Club Shay Shay in 2020 during the pandemic. It seems he found a new passion after retiring from professional sports, and that passion was podcasting. So you see, Shannon Sharpe isn't just a retired athlete turned podcaster. He's a man with a rich history in sports and media, using his platform to give celebrities a space to share their truths. And despite the backlash and threats, he continues to stand firm, unafraid to ruffle feathers in his quest for authenticity. And he had no idea it was going to blow up the way it did. At the time, his most viewed episode on YouTube was his chat with Steve Harvey, which had racked up about 8 million views. That's impressive, right? But little did he know, things were about to go into overdrive. When they wrapped up filming the Cat Williams episode, Shannon's producer gave him a heads up. He told him to brace himself because they were about to hit it big. But even then, Shannon was thinking maybe they'd get around 10 million views, tops. Well, he couldn't have been more wrong. As of now, the Cat Williams episode on Club Shay Shay has just under a staggering 72 million views on YouTube. Can you believe that? It's mind-blowing. And according to Shannon, this single episode completely changed the trajectory of his podcast. Suddenly, he started getting calls from potential sponsors. More and more people wanted to be guests on his show. Club Shay Shay became the place to be. It was like he had struck gold. old. The spotlight was now firmly on him and his podcast. But as we've seen, this newfound fame also brought its share of challenges. Still, there's no denying that the Cat Williams episode was a turning point for Shannon and Club Shay Shay, propelling them to unprecedented heights in the world of podcasting.
People heard about it, but when Cat came on and did what he did, now you had no choice. Advertisers, sponsors had to take Club Shay Shay serious.
Right.
People that did, he just this, he's a dumb jock, he talked with a lisp. Well, that dumb jock that talked with a lisp has the #1 podcast on YouTube. Not sports podcast, Cam. #1.
While Shannon was riding high on the success of Club Shay Shay, he started noticing some unsettling signs. It seemed that not everyone in the industry was thrilled about his triumph. In fact, there were those who were actively trying to sabotage his podcast. But it didn't stop there. Some celebrities, seemingly irked by Shannon's rising star, began labeling him and Club Shay Shay as messy. They accused him of stirring up beef in the comedy world, all because of the Cat Williams interview. Now let's be real here. The fact that these folks decided to vent their frustrations on Shannon isn't entirely surprising. After all, Cat Williams did not hold back during his interview. Cat took aim at almost every famous comedian you can think of. He exposed lies, called out sellouts, and didn't shy away from naming names. Cedric the Entertainer, for instance, was accused of being a joke thief who'd been stealing material since 1998. Faison and Ricky Smiley were labeled as fakes who weren't funny at all. According to Cat, they only got famous because they sold their souls to the highest bidder and cozied up to industry gatekeepers. But Cat wasn't done. He then set his sights on Kevin Hart. He blasted Kevin for being unfunny, untalented, a sellout, and even a gatekeeper. He questioned Kevin's narrative about growing up on the East Coast while simultaneously making a name for himself in LA. Cat suggested that Kevin's sudden rise to fame and the ease with which he landed gigs and TV roles indicated that he was an industry plant. And according to Cat, Kevin wasn't just benefiting from the system, he was perpetuating it. He accused Kevin of leaving the gate open for other industry plants like Tiffany Haddish. Steve gave Cat his reply, but he didn't spare Shannon either.
It's just on my mind. My closing remarks are going to be seem a little discombobulated, but I haven't really had time to put it together. It's just some thoughts that I've been having. I want to address what's being labeled as comedy beefs. Y'all, comedy was never designed to be this. Comedy is a great art form. It's always been for the best stand-ups to come into people's lives, homes, theaters, and provide just as hard a laughs as we possibly could. As a stand-up, has always been my only goal. This thing that's going around now about comedy beefs, it's only coming really from a few people. It's really not the overall thing. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. And those are the youngest comedic giants out there. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. You know, them cats come from the hip-hop culture. What you're seeing, man, in these comedy beefs are people who aren't where they used to be, and all of a sudden are using this thing called comedy beefs as a way to get some light shined on them. That's not what comedy is, man. It's just not. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I'm not saying any names.
According to sources, Steve Harvey is allegedly pulling strings behind the scenes to discourage other celebrities from appearing on Club Shay Shay. But it seems he's not working alone. Another big name that's been linked to this alleged campaign against Shannon is none other than Oprah Winfrey. Yes, you heard that right, Oprah herself. The beef between Oprah and Shannon reportedly stems from when he hosted accusing her of being a narcissistic manipulator. Monique went on to detail how both Oprah and Tyler Perry had wronged her and effectively blackballed her career, all because she refused to do something that wasn't stipulated in her contract. For those who might not know, Monique and Oprah have a long-standing feud dating back to their work together on the movie Precious. When Monique opted not to participate in an unpaid, unscheduled press tour for the film, Oprah was reportedly livid. She allegedly started spreading rumors about Monique being difficult to work with, which has since cast a shadow over her career. So by giving Monique a platform to share her side of the story, Shannon seems to have inadvertently landed himself on Oprah's bad side. It's yet another example of how his commitment to truth-telling is causing ripples within the industry.
No.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the threats against Shannon. As we've discussed, he's been facing backlash from industry insiders who aren't too pleased with his truth-telling approach. But what's even more concerning is that some of these threats are coming from viewers of his show. Yes, you heard that right. Some people who tune into Club Shay Shay aren't just passive spectators. They're actively engaging in threatening behavior towards Shannon. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The very platform that has brought him success and acclaim is also attracting hostility and danger. And you know what's crazy? This whole drama seems to have started even before the infamous Cat Williams interview. Flashback to May last year, TMZ Sports reported a break-in at Shannon's house in Los Angeles. This happened between 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. while Shannon was out having dinner with friends. The thieves made off with all sorts of items: watches, jewelry, designer bags, worth around $1 million in total. Shannon even offered a $50,000 reward for any info leading to the arrest of the culprits, but so far, no dice. At first, this seemed like an unfortunate, isolated incident, but since the Cat Williams interview, rumors have started swirling that there might be more to this story. Some are suggesting that the break-in might have been a botched attempt on Shannon himself, which had to be turned into a robbery when they didn't find him at home. Sounds like something straight out of a thriller movie, right? Now, I know it sounds like a wild conspiracy theory, but let's not forget that Shannon wouldn't be the first or the last person to face backlash because industry gatekeepers took issue with them. And honestly, it's kind of weird that people are hating on Shannon. I mean, all he's trying to do is give a platform to black celebrities and let them share their truth. But as we're seeing, speaking the truth can sometimes come with a hefty price tag. Now, let's switch gears and talk about Cat Williams. You see, ever since that explosive interview, Cat has been feeling a certain kind of way. He's not just worried about Shannon Sharpe, he's deeply concerned. And now Cat believes it's because of him that Sharpe is now in this precarious position. Imagine that for a moment. Cat Williams, one of the most fearless comedians out there, is genuinely worried. He feels like he might have inadvertently painted a target on Sharpe's back by stirring up so much controversy during their interview last. So, in Cat's mind, he's thinking, I potentially put my friend in harm's way. It's a heavy burden to bear, isn't it? Cat's guilt and concern are palpable, which is why he's giving him warnings. He's essentially sent out a warning to Sharpe, urging him to tread carefully. Now, while we, as viewers, get caught up in the drama and revelations, there are real-world implications for those involved. This isn't just a game. It's real life with real consequences. It's one thing to enjoy the drama from the sidelines, munching on popcorn as the industry titans clash. But let's not forget that there's a real person at the center of this storm, a man whose only crime was to expose the truth. So while we're caught up in the spectacle, let's also spare a thought for Shannon. Let's hope he stays safe and continues to stand strong amidst this onslaught, because at the end of the day, it's not just about the juicy gossip or the celebrity feuds. It's about standing up for what's right, even when the whole world seems to be against you. So, what do you think? Is Shannon in the right here? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.